want to welcome everyone to our Community Appreciation Luncheon. This luncheon is for all of you guys. This is our way of saying thank you for being involved in your neighborhoods and in your community. We appreciate everything you do, and thank you for working with all of us to make your communities and neighborhoods a better and safer place to live. Bob and Bobby, I don't know if you're out here, but Bob and Bobby with Kroger, we would like to thank you, thank you, thank you. They're back there in the back. Give them a hand, please. They have worked extremely hard and helped us in so many ways of putting this luncheon together. So thanks, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Commander Spears. Jim, can you come on up? Jim's going to say a prayer for us before we eat.
Shall we stand for prayer? I think that would be appropriate. Our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you today for the opportunity to be here. We thank you for those that give of themselves to protect us and our communities. We pray that you bless our time together here, bless this food, bless those as they work today. Men and women that protect us, keep your hand on them, protect them, we pray, and for all that you do, we'll give thee praise. We ask it in your name. Amen.
Right now, though, we're going to start our program, and I want to introduce you to Asia and Cassandra. They're both sixth graders from IPS School 46, and they're going to start our program off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Great job, ladies, and we really appreciate your help. For those of you who don't know, my name is Mike Spears. I'm the commander here at the Southwest District, and before we begin our program, I'd like to acknowledge a few people. Chief Roach's staff is here, his command staff. Assistant Chief Taylor in the back of the room, Deputy Chiefs Bennett, Waters, and Cunningham. Many of our commanders and majors are here as well. We appreciate their attendance. Our prosecutor, Terry Curry's been here. We're joined by Colonel Forstall from the Sheriff's Department. We appreciate his attendance. Steve Garner, the IPS school chief, is here. I was going to get him up here, but he's stood over to the side, but that's all right. And Doris Pryor and Tim Morty from the United States Attorney's Office. And you'll hear from the United States Attorney here in a little bit. They'll give you more details about their involvement in our project. I saw Councilor Evans, and if I missed any, Andy Harris is there. If I missed any other elected officials, I apologize, but we appreciate your attendance. And I appreciate you. I appreciate all of our citizens, because that's what this lunch is about. I'm very, very proud of the work of our police officers. They work tirelessly every day and put the needs of others ahead of their own on a daily basis. And they go into places and do things that most people can't or won't do, and I'm very grateful for what they do to help keep our city safe. But I'm equally grateful for each one of you, because it's your involvement with our police department and our city, your contributions to us make us a much more efficient, effective, and better police department. And I want to say thank you, but sometimes just saying thank you is insufficient. And that's what this luncheon is about, to prove to you and demonstrate to you our thanks and appreciation for everything that you do. So thank you for coming, and thanks what you've done for us in the last year and what you'll do for us in the future. It's very, very important. This luncheon is special because we've got a bit of a program with it. And this project began at the ground level here within our district. One of our police officers, Monica Hodge, right here with her. with her brand new son Connor, and he's joined today too by Tim Horley and Mary Horley's brand new grandson Andrew. So we appreciate the attendance of even the very youngest at our community luncheon. But Monica had an idea that was a very good one. Our officers are very committed to the youth of our city. They want to work regularly to show our children things about the police department, develop relationships of trust and understanding so that we have that sense of cooperation and camaraderie with children throughout the city. So Monica had this idea of working with kids at School 46, which is at 1450 South Horizon, which is also in her patrol beat. So not only does she work hard to resolve the criminal issues in your neighborhoods, but she also wants to foster that support and interaction with our youth. So she had this idea of working with the schools to create a mural that would be placed within our police facility and would stand for years as a testament to the work that our officers do with children. She contacted the United States Attorney's Office, and Josh Minkler, our U.S. Attorney, is here, and you'll hear from him in a minute. But they were very, very instrumental in this project and helped us fund it. They didn't help us fund it, they funded it for us and worked every day that we were with the kids in the schools. And the U.S. Attorney himself was involved in that project and the interaction with the kids. And I think it was a very, very successful program. So at this point, I'd like to invite him to come forward and talk to you all about what their program meant to him and to the United States Attorney's Office. Josh Minkler, everyone.
Thank you, Commander Spears, and thank you for hosting our office and Daniel Webster today here at your Community Day. We're here in the community room for the Southwest District, which is appropriate to unveil. There's no big curtain, we can all see it, but to unveil an art project. And the art project displays a word, which we can all look up and see, and that word is courage. This was an art project that, as Commander Spears told you all, required the combined resources and talents of some students at IPS School 46 here in this district at Daniel Webster. Some outstanding and talented young ladies who are here with us today. It required the talents of police officers from the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, not just their artistic talents, but also their mentorship talents. It required the talents of a nonprofit organization that worked with us, Art with the Heart, in the Department of Public Works. Andrew Lee is with us, and unfortunately Holly and Dave Combs, who did so much of this work, couldn't make it today. And it also required the talents of people from the Office of the United States Attorney's Office. We worked together after school with the kids at IPS 46 to create the mural that you see in front of you. It is obviously, as you can see, as everybody in the community can look up, a beautiful and inspiring piece of art. It is certainly a legacy to what the kids and the police officers did. But it strikes me that it might be something more. And I'm so glad there's so many members from the community here with us today. So much of our society and so much of what we read and see and hear is defined by a conflict narrative. And of course that conflict narrative is that it's the police department versus the community. Now we know that's not true. The data tells us all that's not true, but there are anecdotes and story and cell phone videos and things like that that define that narrative that might lead us to believe that's true. It strikes me that maybe we should have our own stories, our own anecdotes, and that's certainly what we have today. A great story, a great anecdote, and a great legacy. First of all, we have the story of police officers. And you see the word courage up there. It is Holly and Dave have taught us, and the Department of Public Works has taught us, Art with the Heart has taught us, that words have power, but there's something more behind words. And as we all know, everybody here in this community, that courage isn't just a word to our police department. It's not just a word. It's something that they do every day of the year, every hour they're on their shift. And everybody knows that. This word, courage, up here, isn't to remind them. It strikes me, it's to remind all of us, and that's why it should be in the room where the community gathers and in our community room. But I also want to talk about courage of sort of a different kind that's displayed by our students in this community. And of course, I'm talking about the students from Daniel Webster, who we're all going to get to meet. And if you want to meet them, they're in the back of the room. They'll walk around here. We did this project last year with our office, and they made a mural, and it's displayed at their school, which is fitting. That's a great place to have it. It's a great legacy to display that at their school. But these girls had a choice too. Where do they want it displayed? Where should the mural, where should their work be displayed? And I guess you can look up and see what their choice ended up being. And I think we all know what kids are like, 13s and 14-year-old. They don't always think of the big picture. Sometimes they think of themselves. But in this case, they all decided to think about something a little bit bigger than themselves, and to think about their community, and to think about their police officers. And so they asked, and they wanted this mural to be displayed at the Southwest District here of IMPD. That says something. That says something about kids that grow up in our most challenged neighborhoods. That says something about them and their values. And that's a story that we don't hear all the time. In fact, we hear the opposite story more often than not about the kids that grow up in our neighborhoods. And we hear stories that they won't cooperate with the police, that they won't trust the police, that they don't work with the police. But the data indicates that's not true. And now we have a story that all of us see that shows it's not true. So let me suggest to you that there's another group here that demonstrates courage, and that's the students from IPS School 46, Daniel Webster, who worked on the project. So, as we all always say, we're honored and privileged to be in the room of people that display such courage. But I want to say it's also a gift that we should treasure, and I believe wholeheartedly that we are blessed to be in this room with these people today. Later, you're going to hear from the nonprofit organization that worked with us, Andrew Lee, and later you'll see really one of the outstanding principals in our community, Karen Lynn, and you'll hear from her, and she'll introduce the students one at a time. So I just want to thank you all for coming, for being here. I want to thank the police officers in our community for doing the important work they do every day, and I want to thank the students that are here with us today for the outstanding mural and gift they've given to our community today. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Minkler. We appreciate all that you've done for us. In January this year, I started my 36th year with the police department, and I can tell you that I say it I said it to give you some perspective. I've been here a while, and in those years, I can't tell you of a time we've had a more supportive mayor than our mayor. And I hope you'll help me welcome Mayor Joseph Hogshead.
Well, good afternoon, Indianapolis. How's everybody doing? The food is good, and it is plentiful, and I'll take credit for it, although that would be wrong. Look, to U.S. Attorney Josh Minkler, a friend of mine of many years, he and I served together in the U.S. Attorney's office. To our former deputy chief here, coming out here at Southwest is like coming home for me. Because I got Tim Horney, the former deputy chief out here who worked with me in the U.S. Attorney's office. Commander Spears and I have known each other for not all of those 36 years, but many of them, and he's doing an outstanding job with all of the officers here at Southwest. Of course, I want to lift up our police chief, Brian Roach, who, by the way, yeah, let's give our police chief a round. Chief Roach was the commander here at Southwest when I became the U.S. Attorney, and Chief Horty brought me out to meet Chief Roach. Now, are you all confused by this? Chief this, Chief that. I just follow whatever they tell me what to do. But I am proud of Southwest District and the great job that the not only IMPD does, but this outpouring of support, and this is my second community day that I've attended. To have this kind of attendance speaks volumes about what is going on in this area of our city and how we're making it safer and our neighborhoods more peaceful for the quality of life and the quality of place here in this community that you all so richly deserve. And I want to thank you for that. So I'm going to be brief. That, by the way, was Russ McQuaid. He's on TV.
How are you?
Yes. Well, let's hope. So let me just echo what Josh Minkler, our U.S. Attorney, has said. You know, these nearly 40 feet tall letters. This community is daily reminded as we pass in and out of this gymnasium and community center of the concept of courage. As Josh said, the obvious concept of courage is that of our law enforcement community. They get up every single morning, put on their uniform, not knowing what the end of the day will bring. I can't even conceive of the level of courage that requires. I've never been asked to do it, but they do it without question every day, every month, every year. And for that, as a resident of this city. I am deeply grateful, and I know you are too. As Josh said, our students, to Officer Monica Hodge, who's led us, and to the students of IPS School 46, the courage that they display is a testimony to our future. But there's one last thing that I want to emphasize, and that is the courage that we have as a community today, the strength that we find in each other, as a neighborhood, as a community. Together we can invest in our community. Together, working together, we can build up our neighborhoods. I am absolutely convinced that working together as a community and as a neighborhood, there is no obstacle that we cannot overcome. And so whenever you see this mural, this gorgeous reminder of the towering image of the courage that everyone in this room collectively shares, let it serve as our memory of the bravery of the public safety officials here today gathered and those that are not, the courage and the bravery of our ability to change one another in positive ways, to change our community, and the gift of an unabiding inner strength that we call upon every day. Let us find courage, not just today, but every day. May God bless you and your families. May God bless these neighborhoods and this great community on the southwest side of Indianapolis. And may God forever bless our great city, this great state, and the United States of America. And oh, by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you very, very much, Mayor. It's humbling for me to be in this position because, as you heard the mayor say, there have been some great people here in the past. Tim Horty was a wonderful deputy chief, and everyone still remembers him. But I'm looking at the back room, and I also see another wonderful deputy chief and former police chief, Jerry Barker. He's joined by his son, Commander Barker. So we appreciate you being here. Another person who was a commander here is somebody I've known for many years and worked with for a long, long time, and that is our current Chief, Brian Roach. And I can tell you, go ahead, it's all right. And Chief Roach is a wonderful police chief. He's held every rank in the police department, and he did a wonderful job in each rank he was in. But I can tell you, without question, he's a better human being than anything. He's a wonderful representative of our police department and our state, our city. And this is his return to the community luncheons in the Southwest District in his first time as police chief. So help me welcome him back to the Southwest District, Chief Roach.
Thank you, Commander Spears. I always want to call him Chief Spears. Chief Spears is the guy that reached down and grabbed me and put me in a position where I could learn to do jobs like these. It's days like today that I wish I could turn my personality on and off. I wish I could speak like the mayor. And it's hard to follow the mayor. I'm not going to be able to get you any more excited than you already are. So don't count on that. But I am grateful for this opportunity to be here. When you think of the word courage and you think of the two parties here, you've got young kids that have spent so much time thinking about us and thinking about their community. You have an officer who thinks enough about the beat that she runs in to have an idea, and then she knows enough people to reach out to people like the U.S. Attorney's Office to put things together. And then you have leadership staff at a district that allows that officer to do that. So if you were to look at, everybody's always trying to define community policing, but this is it. So if you ever want to, if anybody ever asks you that question, what is community policing? Don't go to a book, or don't ask anybody, just picture this moment, because this is it. Started at the patrolman, she had an idea, she brings it to people who are engaged and encouraged and want to see a better community, and they put this together. So when our officers leave this building, they can look up and remind themselves of the courage that it takes to do their job. And I think our kids will remember forever about the interaction that they had with the police department. So in closing, thank you, School 46. Thank you, Josh Minkler. Thank you all that helped put this together, and really appreciate the leadership of IMPD and the mayor's office for creating an atmosphere where a patrolman running a beat can figure out how to solve problems and issues and how to create a better relationship, and then they just let it run with it. So thanks for being here, and this is like coming home. I can't say that too loud. There are other commanders here at other districts, but I really do feel comfortable here at the Southwest District, and it's because of you all. The Southwest District is making great strides because of its leadership, its officers, and more importantly, the input that you guys have. So thank you.
At this point, we're going to hear a little bit from people from the schools and the kids. We're going to present their photographs, or their artwork rather. But just very quickly before I do that, we can't, these kind of events don't just occur. There's a lot of work that goes into them, and I want to thank a few people. You've already heard from Kroger and those that helped us from prepare the food. Dane Nutty and the Indianapolis Public Safety Foundation, certainly Paula Barnes, David Spurgeon, Kim Evans, Bud and Ramona Ward, who helped us with the tables. Andy Harris was helpful with the tables as well. And last but not least, I want to thank the media. They're here along with Channel 16, and we appreciate you being here because you help us get our message out to a much larger audience, and it's important that we appreciate you being here. So now we're going to hear from, you can introduce
Sure. The IPS School 46, Daniel Webster has hosted the United States Attorney's Office consistently for the past 3 years. They have welcomed everybody into their home and allowed us to work with their students. And that doesn't just happen. It takes great leadership, and one of the great leaders in our city, particularly in dealing with our youth, is your principal at School 46, Karen Lynn. She's kind of shy, but maybe I can have her come up. Karen, thanks for all the work you do, and thanks for being here. And she's going to introduce the kids that did this work, and they'll come up one at a time, and we have something to present to them, and maybe they can get a picture made with the mayor and me or whoever's available. All right.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to get right to the identifying of our young ones. Aren't they sweet? Savannah Brown.
Chief Roach.
Miranda Hines.
There we go.
So we get everybody there.
Haley Kidd. Jacqueline Lopez.
Jacqueline.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Taylor Parks.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Look right here.
Leia Kempke.
Look at the picture.
Kaylin Vaughn.
This make me look bad.
Marissa Bingham. Emily Furr.
Congratulations.
Carmela Hines. Donjanae Morris. Elizabeth Joy. Corinne Toribio.
That's wonderful. Is that the right one? Make sure.
Thanks.
Saray Valles. Dana Velazquez.
No, nice try.
There you go. Look right here.
Haley Garrett.
Congratulations.
LaDonna McIntyre.
Let's just take a
Great one.
Sorry, Miss Sonia. Albany Vaughn.
Hey, Chief Roach.
Aaliyah Whitney. Asia Green.
All right, look right here, Asia.
And Cassandra Castanilla.
This way, Cassandra. All right, good.
Let's congratulate all the kids, the students, the teachers, everyone.